What are your perspectives about performing science and how science is carried out in these different parts of the world? Is it all the same, or do you notice distinct differences?
One of the first things I noticed when I started as a professor at Albert Einstein in New York, that people were talking about other scientists' achievements, not so much in terms of science, but how much grant money they got. Money was absolutely always sort of almost the top.
The metric of achievement.
For everything. And so science is very much dominated by how much you're capable of attracting money, and that creates a different way of how you do science. You know, I was very impressed by some of my colleagues who were incredibly good at getting grants, even though they were not such great scientists. And I was struggling in getting my grants because I didn't have these abilities that we were not used to. We were not trained to do this here. So there was a big difference. But on the other hand, I must say, I also was very impressed by, you know, Americans are also very good at communicating and making collaborations across many places in the country and worldwide, and reacting very fast to new developments, much faster than many of my European colleagues. What I noticed is that even though many institutes here had hardcore funding for the researchers so that they didn't have to struggle so much for grants, the Europeans were doing more of the projects that were already sort of the threatened paths. They were not so innovative. The Americans were
maybe more in a comfort
innovative
zone.
Yeah. And even though, you know, they were in much more risky positions because their own salary was dependent on grants and so on, they were doing more risky research, and that I thought was very inspiring.